All right. So you wanted to explore how the mind can influence the body.
Yeah, it's a fascinating topic.
Like, really fascinating.
And we've got some amazing sources to dive into for you today.
Yeah, get ready to have your mind blown, folks.
It's so cool to see how these ancient ideas about the mind-body connection are now like being backed up by modern science.
Right.
Neuroscience and epigenetics especially.
Totally.
The science is really starting to show that there's this like super dynamic relationship between the mind and body.
More than we ever thought.
Way more.
So it's like not just mind over matter anymore.
Right.
It's like mind is matter.
Yeah, in a way. Yeah.
Okay. I'm already hooked.
So for this deep dive, we're going to be focusing on
Okay.
the conversation between Dr. Joe Dispenza,
I've heard of him.
the researcher,
Yeah.
who is known for his work on spontaneous remission,
Spontaneous remission. Whoa.
and Dr. Mark Hyman.
Okay.
He's a leading functional medicine physician.
Awesome.
They really get into the details of meditation, rewiring the brain,
Okay.
even how our thoughts can influence our genes.
Wait, our thoughts can influence our genes.
Oh, yeah.
That's wild.
Yeah, it's pretty amazing stuff.
Okay, I'm officially intrigued.
So I think a good place to start would be with Dr. Dispenza's own story.
Okay, let's hear it.
So he actually healed himself
Why?
from a pretty severe spinal injury.
Wow.
And that experience, really led him to start investigating other cases where people overcame what were considered, incurable diseases
Why?
without traditional medicine.
You mean like they just got better?
Yeah, pretty much.
That's insane.
It's called spontaneous remission.
So their body just knew how to fix itself.
That's what's so fascinating about it.
That is fascinating.
Both Dr. Dispenza and Dr. Hyman, they both really emphasize that our thoughts and feelings and beliefs, they actually have a direct impact on our biology.
Really?
Yeah.
So if I'm super stressed out about work,
Uh-huh.
my body is actually reacting as if I'm in a dangerous situation.
Oh, wow.
Your body doesn't know the difference between something that's actually happening and something you're vividly imagining or remembering.
Oh, man.
So that's where meditation comes in.
Okay, I've heard a lot about meditation.
It's not just about relaxing, though.
Oh.
It's also about becoming aware of those unconscious thoughts
Uh-huh.
and emotions that might be contributing to stress or even illness.
So it's like hitting the pause button on my mental autopilot,
You got it.
take a step back, observe those thought patterns.
Exactly.
Okay.
Without getting, swept away by them.
I like that.
Yeah.
But does this stuff actually work,
Oh, for sure.
scientifically?
Absolutely.
Really?
Dr. Dispenza, he's done research
Right.
showing that practicing gratitude actually boosted
Gratitude. Okay.
the production of immunoglobulin A,
Immunoglobulin A. Okay.
which is a key part of the immune system,
Important stuff.
by 50%,
50% just from gratitude.
just from feeling grateful. Yeah.
That's incredible.
It is pretty remarkable. So what else can we do, practically, to really leverage this whole mind-body connection?
Well, one thing that Dr. Dispenza talks about
Okay.
is mental rehearsal,
Mental rehearsal. What is that?
which is basically vividly imagining ourselves doing something.
Okay.
And he says that can actually create new neural pathways in the brain.
So rewiring the brain.
Yeah, basically.
Using my imagination.
Pretty much.
That's amazing.
Yeah, it's like giving your brain a software upgrade.
Okay, I'm liking this already.
And then there's this whole other area called epigenetics.
Epigenetics. I've heard that word before.
It's basically the study of how our genes are influenced by the environment.
Okay.
So think of our genes like a blueprint, right?
Okay, yeah.
But the environment, including our thoughts and emotions, can influence which genes are turned on or off.
Wait, so our environment isn't just the physical world around us.
Right.
It's also our internal world, our thoughts and feelings.
Exactly.
Wow, that's a whole new level of responsibility.
It is pretty mind-blowing, isn't it?
This is blowing my mind.
It's like we have so much more control over how our genes are expressed.
Than we think.
Way more than we think.
Okay, but meditation can't be the only tool in the toolbox, right?
Right.
It's not like I can just meditate for an hour
Yeah.
and then go back to my crazy, stressed out life.
Right.
How do I actually make this stuff last?
Well, Dr. Dispenza emphasizes the importance of integrating these practices into our daily lives.
Okay, so it's like a lifestyle change.
Exactly, not just a quick fix.
Makes sense.
He talks about it like breaking an addiction.
Oh.
Our bodies actually crave those familiar feelings of negativity,
Even when we know they're not good for us.
even when we know they're not good for us.
It sounds like we're addicted to our own stress.
In a way,
Yeah.
that's kind of scary.
It's definitely a challenge.
So how do we actually do that?
Like, how do we break those negative patterns and actually start rewiring our brains for something better?
Well, one of the most powerful tools is gratitude.
Attitude, okay.
We talked about the research showing it boosts the immune system.
Right.
But Dr. Dispenza goes deeper.
Okay.
He encourages us to cultivate a state of gratitude as way of being.
A way of being.
To embody the feeling of already having what we desire.
Ooh, that's powerful.
So it's not just about saying thank you for the things we have.
No.
It's about shifting our whole perspective to one of abundance and fulfillment.
Yeah, it's about feeling it, not just thinking it.
That seems pretty advanced.
It does take practice, but the results can be, pretty amazing.
Okay, color me intrigued. I'm definitely going to need more details on that.
We'll definitely dive deeper into that.
Awesome. But we're running out of time for this part of the deep dive.
Yeah, we are.
We'll pick it back up next time.
Looking forward to it.
I know I am. Welcome back, everybody. So last time we left off with this whole idea
Of rewiring our brain.
yeah, rewiring our brains for real.
Pretty amazing stuff, right?
Mind-blowing, honestly. Yeah, and we just started to touch on Dr. Dispenza's work on it all.
Right, like breaking free from those negative thought patterns.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm ready for the how-to guide.
The nitty-gritty.
Exactly. Like, how do we actually rewire our brains?
Well, Dr. Dispenza says it's not just about, thinking positive thoughts.
So it's got to be more than just affirmations.
Way more.
Okay, so what is it then?
He says we have to actually change the emotions that are conditioned into our bodies.
Like, physically change the emotions?
Yeah, it's like they get stuck.
Wow, okay.
And it can be hard. He compares it to breaking an addiction.
Really?
Because we can actually crave those familiar feelings of negativity.
Even when we know they're bad for us?
Exactly.
Wow, so it's like we're addicted to our own stress.
In a way, yeah.
That's scary.
It's a challenge for sure.
So how do we actually do that? Like, break that addiction?
Retrain our bodies
Yeah.
to feel safe and secure in a state of well-being.
Easier said than done.
Takes conscious effort for sure, and practice.
Okay, so what do we practice?
Well, one of the most powerful things
Okay.
is gratitude.
Gratitude again.
Yep. We talked about that research, remember?
Yeah, about how it boosts the immune system.
Right, but this is deeper. It's not just about that boost, he says.
Yeah.
He says to cultivate gratitude as a way of being.
A way of being? What does that even mean?
Embody the feeling of already having what you desire.
Whoa, that's a whole other level.
It is.
Okay, so I'm not focusing on what I lack,
Right.
but I'm focusing on feeling grateful for what I do have.
Yes. Even if it's not everything you want yet.
Wow, powerful stuff.
It is. It shifts you from a mindset of scarcity to a mindset of abundance.
I can see how that would be huge, but how do we even start to do that?
Oh, meditation's key.
Meditation, okay.
It helps us become aware of those thoughts and emotions.
The unconscious ones.
Yeah, the ones that keep us stuck.
Stuck in negativity.
Exactly. And it helps us choose which thoughts to feed and which to starve, so to speak.
It's like a mental diet.
I like that, yeah.
Okay, so as we become more mindful,
Yes.
we can start to direct our attention and energy towards creating a new reality.
You got it.
So that brings us back to mental rehearsal, right?
Yes. Remember how that works.
Remind me.
Vividly imagining yourself,
Okay.
living your desired reality, feeling those emotions.
As if it was already happening.
Exactly.
And that actually rewires our brains.
Yeah, because you're essentially pre-paving those neural pathways.
It's not just wishful thinking then. It's like
It's action.
engaging your mind and body in that experience. Amazing.
It is. And the more you practice,
Yeah.
the more you condition your nervous system to actually embrace those opportunities.
When they come up in real life.
Yes.
It's like a dress rehearsal
A mental and emotional one.
for the life you want.
I love that analogy.
This is such a cool concept. But it sounds like a lot of work.
It does take commitment, for sure.
Like, how much time do I have to spend on this?
Well, it's not about spending hours meditating every day.
Okay, good. Because
What he really emphasizes
Yeah.
is integrating it all into your daily life.
Okay, so bringing that mindfulness
Yes.
into everything I do.
Exactly. Your interactions, work, relationships.
So it's more like a way of life.
It really is. Yeah, it's about shifting your whole state of being.
And he says this can lead to some pretty incredible results.
Oh, absolutely.
We talked about that veteran who healed from chronic pain and PTSD, right?
Right. And he's seen it all, at his retreat.
His retreats, tell me more about those.
Oh, they're amazing. People from all walks of life come together.
For how long?
A whole week.
Yeah.
7 days.
Wow.
Learning these techniques and practicing them.
Sounds intense.
It is, but super rewarding.
What kind of things happen there?
Well, they do different meditations, guided ones, workshops,
Well,
exercises,
designed to.
break free from limiting beliefs, rewire those brains, cultivate a new state of being.
So people actually change. Like for real change.
Oh, yeah, they report healings from all kinds of conditions.
Like what?
Chronic pain,
Wow.
autoimmune diseases, even cancer.
No way.
Yeah, and they release old traumas, limiting beliefs, all the negative stuff that's been holding them back.
It's like a total transformation.
It really is, yeah.
It's amazing to think we have this power in us.
We do, to heal and create change.
But these retreats sound pretty exclusive.
Well, they are pretty intense.
Yeah, not everyone can just up and go to one.
True, but he emphasizes that anyone can apply these principles.
So there are other ways to learn this stuff.
Absolutely. He has online courses, books, even free monthly Q&A sessions.
Free.
Yeah, for his whole community.
Global community, right?
Global. So the resources are there.
That's awesome.
Yeah, the key is consistency.
Consistency, okay.
Making these practices a part of your life.
Like daily habits.
Yeah, just like brushing your teeth.
Okay, so the more we practice,
Mm-hmm.
the stronger those neural pathways become.
Right.
We're basically creating a new baseline then.
You got it. For your thoughts, feelings, behaviors.
It's so empowering to realize that
Yeah.
we're not stuck,
Right. We have so much more control.
than we think.
Way more. And this mind-body connection, it goes both ways.
What do you mean?
The more we cultivate those positive thoughts, feelings, beliefs,
Yeah,
the more we create a ripple effect
a ripple effect.
that impacts not just us, but the world around us.
Whoa, okay, so it's not just about self-improvement then?
No, it's bigger than that.
It's about making the world a better place.
Exactly.
Okay, I like that a lot.
Yeah, it's pretty amazing.
But, let's be real.
Mm-hmm.
We live in a crazy world.
Oh, yeah,
Stressful, chaotic.
absolutely.
So how can we actually do all this mindfulness stuff
That's the question, isn't it?
in the middle of all that chaos?
Right, and that's where Dr. Hyman brings up this thing he calls digital dementia.
Digital dementia. What in the world is that?
It's actually pretty interesting.
Digital dementia. So that's what we left off on last time.
Yeah, it's pretty fascinating, actually.
So, what is it exactly?
Basically, it's like a decline in cognitive function.
Decline. So our brains are getting worse.
Well, in a way, yeah.
Oh, no. Is this because we're all getting old?
Not necessarily. It's more like we're relying too much on technology.
So it's our phone's fault. I knew it.
Well, not exactly the phones themselves. It's more like how we use them.
Okay, so how do we use them wrong?
Think about it. Our brains get so used to having information at our fingertips.
Right, like anything I want to know, just Google it.
Exactly, and that's amazing. But
There's a but.
we start to lose some of those essential skills.
Like what?
Critical thinking, problem solving, even memory recall.
So our brains are getting lazy because technology's doing all the work.
Kind of, yeah. It's like we don't have to work as hard to remember things.
Because it's all right there on our phones.
Exactly.
So are you saying we need to, ditch our devices completely?
No, not at all.
Okay, good.
It
Because
was more about being mindful.
mindful
Yeah.
about how we use technology.
So, setting limits on social media
That's a good start.
and, actually putting the phone down sometimes.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Give your brain a break.
So it can, exercise?
Yeah, exactly. Engage in things that challenge it.
Like what kind of things?
Reading, having good conversations.
Not just texting, real conversations.
Right, real conversations.
Okay.
Spending time in nature, all that good stuff.
It's kind of ironic, isn't it?
What is?
That we have all this incredible technology, but it might actually be making us less intelligent.
Yeah, in some ways, that's why Dr. Hyman talks so much about lifelong learning.
Oh, yeah. He's big on that.
He sees it as super important for maintaining cognitive health.
Not just for your career or whatever.
Right, it's about keeping your brain sharp.
And he made that great point about knowledge being potential power,
Yes,
but only if we use it.
exactly. It's not enough to just read a book or listen to a podcast. Got to put it into practice.
You got it. Take action. Integrate what you've learned.
Make it a part of your life.
Yes. And that brings us back to Dr. Dispenza and all his work.
Right, with meditation and mindfulness.
Exactly. It's about actively shaping our thoughts.
our beliefs, our reality.
Yes, creating that new reality.
And the more we practice those techniques,
The stronger those neural pathways become.
like building mental muscles,
I love that analogy. It's like we're training our brains
to be more resilient
more adaptable.
and more in tune with our true potential.
Yes, it's
Awesome.
so empowering to realize
And
that.
we have a choice,
We do. We're not just victims of our circumstances.
or our genetics.
Exactly. We have more control than we think.
So much more. This is all so encouraging. And you know what's really cool?
What's that?
This mind-body connection, it goes both ways.
It does, yeah.
So, like, the more good stuff we put out there,
Positive thoughts, feelings, actions.
it actually creates a ripple effect
It does.
that impacts not just us, but the world around us.
Exactly. We each have a role to play in creating a better future.
That's a beautiful thought.
It is.
I'm really feeling a sense of hope after this deep dive.
Me too.
It's incredible to think we have this power within us
We do.
to heal ourselves, change our lives, make the world a better place.
It's all connected.
It really is. And, it's a journey, for sure.
It is a journey.
But like we've been talking about, the tools are there.
They are. Anyone can use them.
And the resources, like Dr. Dispenza's work.
Right. And Dr. Hyman's too.
It's all about making that choice,
Yes. Choosing to step into your power.
creating the life you want.
Absolutely. And remembering that the mind-body connection, it's always at work.
Always.
So even small changes can make a big difference over time.
So let's all choose to focus on gratitude,
Yes.
practice mindfulness, never stop learning and growing.
Couldn't have said it better myself.
Who knows what amazing things we can achieve.
The possibilities are endless.
Thanks for joining us on this incredible journey.
It's been a pleasure.
Keep exploring, keep believing in yourself. We'll see you next time.